The bad guy. I'm the bad.
Hello again and welcome back to Across the Gridiron. I am Matt and I am once again joined by the main man himself, Eddie Quo. Welcome to our predictions video, something we're going to try and do on a weekly basis where we predict 5 games. We then look at how we performed, and over the course of the season, we are going to finally clarify who knows more about NFL. Is it me or is it the actual expert on the show in Eddie Quo? So, Eddie, my friend, how you doing this evening?
Doing good. Energized after the NFL week 1. Ready to put it all on the line for week 2.
Absolutely. And what a week 1 it was. I should go back and watch our preview videos and our sort of snap reactions videos that we've all got online. But today, we're talking purely about predictions. And I think it's fair to say, Eddie, was a mixed week for the both of us. Let's break it down straight away. We both ended week 1 on a 3-2 record. So just to quickly dive into how we did last week. We pulled 5 games. We had Cowboys at the Eagles. We both predicted the Eagles because that was a bit of a no-brainer. We had the Chiefs at the Chargers. This is where we differed. Eddie, you correctly called the Chargers upsetting the Chiefs in that one. We both lost out on the Dolphins. We both went Dolphins beat the Colts. That went wrong. In terms of Green Bay, we both had Green Bay. Micah Parsons led Green Bay Packers beating the Lions. And on the big game, which was Ravens at Bills, you went for the Ravens, I went for the Bills. So we both ended up on 3-2 to start the season. I think that's probably the fairest way to kick things off, isn't it? Yeah, both end up on an even footing.
Yeah, I blame Derrick Henry. I was in for that win. And Derrick Henry decides to fumble the ball.
I blame I blame all of Kansas City for losing. But I also blame myself for not saying. I tell you what, I will go for the Chiefs as well to make things interesting because I actually thought I just got upset the charge. But anyway, we move on. We're on to week 2. Now, Eddie, we've picked through the 5 games, so let's start at the top. The first game that we picked is the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Kansas City Chiefs. On paper, this is probably the game of the weekend. Certainly in terms of like two of the better teams in the division, certainly last season. Eagles obviously coming off the win, Chargers coming off the defeat. Where do you see this one going?
I said I was never gonna pick against the Chiefs after I picked against them in week 1. But this game scares me for the Chiefs. I just don't know who they're gonna be throwing the ball to. I don't know. It's Travis Kelce and who, right? I would not be surprised if the Chiefs add, a player, right, from somewhere between now and Sunday. I would not be surprised. Or maybe there's a rookie that is going to like emerge out of nowhere because that can happen. I mean, this is a tough one. Every sense tells you that you need to pick the Eagles for this game, right? The Eagles have got all the weapons. All the weapons in the world, Saquon Barkley. But the Dallas Cowboys showed that Saquon Barkley could be stopped, right? And I could argue that the Chiefs have a much better defense than the Cowboys do.
You can argue that, could you, Eddie? That's very good of you to say that. How noble of you, Eddie.
So I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Right? I'm going to go with the Chiefs. Chiefs to beat the Eagles, right? That serves me in multiple ways.
Well, I think it's quite apt that you are wearing a red top and I'm wearing a green top for this particular discussion because I'm going to go for the Eagles. for two reasons. One, because I know how much it annoys you that I always pick when the Eagles win. And secondly, if you watched our snap reactions, I said the Eagles would be one and done in the playoffs. So it's not like I've got a huge amount of faith in the Chiefs at the moment. So
Chiefs Kingdom are coming for you. You all the Swifties boarding a plane to Sheffield United in the United Kingdom.
Sheffield United, how very dare you, my friend. Yeah, you can find me at Bramall Lane. Yeah, go there. Yeah,
I'm trying to help you out. I'm sending the enemy to the wrong place. Right?
Oh, right. So, I just thought we'd known each other for so long. You forget which team I support. I thought, how dare you? Yeah. All right, okay. So we've gone strong straight off the bat, and we've gone for different teams. Now let's see if this holds true in the next game. We'll look at the Commanders at the Packers. So where are you going to go on this one? Well, I'll tell you what, I'll start with this one because I predicted they're going to win the NFC and go Super Bowl. So I'm going to go straight with Green Bay. No fuss, no muss. Really impressed them last week. So it's Green Bay for me.
Yeah, it is Green Bay for me as well. We're gonna go, detour on this one. I just like the Green Bay Packers, and of course, it's got Micah Parsons, so I don't know. I might be picking the Green Bay to win.
Number one, baby, number one. All right, well, yeah, I don't think we need much analysis on that one, really, do we?
No.
Green Bay. All right, well, the next one, it's again, this is one for me. I think there's a reason why I put this one in here. The Patriots at the Dolphins.
Yeah.
Now again, we both had some very choice words for Miami's performance when we did our snap reactions video. They weren't good. They were not good last week, and I think we both put them in to beat Indianapolis for different reasons. I came in and said they need. I put my money where my mouth is in a way on that one because I thought they're going to have to show something, right, off a pretty disappointing 2024 season, and they went and absolutely pissed the bed essentially in week one against the Colts. Now they're at home against divisional rivals in the Patriots. Oh dear, I'll let you go first on this one.
Listen, I just don't think that the Dolphins just played bad. I think there's something happening inside, right? If you remember the start of the season, right, Tyreek Hill was stripped of the captaincy. He made comments at the end of the season, talking about, he wants to be out of there. I don't think that team has recovered, from that, because, the whole captainship thing, is also a player thing. Players, decide who their captains should be, and so when every player says, I no longer see you as a captain, I no longer see you as a player that I will follow, I think that robs would change the dynamics in the dressing room. I feel there's a lot more going on. They just didn't look like a team that have met each other before. They felt like they just landed on the field as strangers. So I don't know. I need to see something different from the Dolphins for me to pick them. So I'm sorry, I have to go with the Patriots in this game. I don't know. I think the Dolphins are in a wall of trouble.
Yeah, I mean it's hard to disagree with any of that. To be fair, and I think Sunday's game, sorry, is still pretty raw, and it will take a lot to come back from that. But it almost feels like you're in sort of rescue season territory already. And I know, and it's crazy. And again, I've gone on record and saying that, unfortunately, as much as I like him, and I really hope I'm wrong, it wouldn't surprise me, but McDaniel is the first coach to go this season because he is in the hottest of hot seats as it stands at the moment. But if you're going to turn your season around after one game, you're going to want to do it at home against your divisional rivals who also lost their first game of the season. And you're doing it against we said right from the start that the Dolphins, the Jets, and the Patriots are playing for second place.
Yeah.
If you can go and do this and put yourself a game up against the Patriots, put yourself at 1-1 where they'll be 0-2, that is the best way to do it. Because if you lose this game, your home game, and you are 0-2, you've talked about Tyreek Hill. You think Tyreek Hill will be back in a Chiefs jersey soon. If you're 0-2, you've traded Chiefs, and you're literally thinking, right, okay, what draft slot can we get for next year? it's that, but it can turn that bad that quickly. So I've got the same mentality as I had in week 1. They have to win. So I'm going to put them.
We're gonna make this into a T-shirt. They have to win.
Yeah. So I think we're actually going to have some pretty good T-shirts going. I think that we can do, because we can say Dolphins have to win being 1, and the next one that we're going to do is we're going to go over to Cowboys corner, and because the next game we're picking is surprisingly going to be the Dallas Cowboys, who host the New York Giants. Now, should I just write Cowboys next to your name now, or do you want to give me a reason first?
So let me try again. Do what Jerry Jones asked me to do. The Cowboys are back. The Cowboys are back. The Cowboys are back. Jerry Jones traded his best player and said we're going to stop the run. Well, we did, kind of ish. My Saquon Barkley didn't go for 100 yards. We kind of stopped.
Put that to W in the column. There you go. So
kind of stopped the run a little bit. Listen, we're the Big D playing at the Dallas Cowboys. So I saw what I saw from Giants, and I can't unsee what I saw from the Giants. It's a Cowboys W. I think the Cowboys win this game. It might even be a blowout.
Wow. And you're basing that off absolutely nothing. I like it. blind, basing it off blind faith in Jerry Jones.
Absolutely nothing. I think my confidence is, do you know what? The coach didn't look out of place. I know people have said this a lot. We didn't look chaotic, and the things that made us lose are fixable, right? The Eagles didn't run at us like relentlessly. They tried in the first half. And it wasn't as if that we couldn't make stops, although when it really mattered, you could argue that's where we missed Micah Parsons, in that Eagles final drive, to ice the game. But we were in there.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that, Cowboys are going to play a lot better. I think the Cowboys win, because I think the Cowboys can score points. I don't know if these Giants can score points. That's why I'm going for the Cowboys win.
No, I think that's a fair assumption. Again, we're just basing it off one game, and the Cowboys weren't as bad as people expected. I think that's the probably best thing we can say against when they played against the Eagles. It was a tighter game than I think we all expected. Offense, it looked okay. Defense, it looked quite weak. But it can be, given the way the Giants played, doesn't matter how weak your defense is, and it only matters if you got an offense who could take advantage.
Yeah.
And based purely on what we saw last week, I think it's gonna be tough. So I'm also gonna go for Dallas as a home team. If it was the other way around, if it was in New York, you think, okay, well, maybe the team can bounce back in front of their own fans. But I didn't see anything from the Cowboys in this, and it's again for Dallas. It's actually the very similar argument to what we made for Miami in terms of Miami win. This is a game again. It's almost in must-win territory because you're against a divisional team. You're at home against a poor team.
Yeah.
But there were signs of life in Dallas, so I think that should bode for them quite well. So I am also going for the Cowboys in that one. And for me, the last one that we picked, for me, is probably the hardest to call. We got two teams who won, one more convincingly than the other. And the last one we picked is the Broncos and the Colts. So the Colts dominated Miami, as we talked about, and the Broncos got a win. I can't remember who they played now, top of my head.
Played
So what was
against the Tennessee Titans, Cam Ward.
Titans, of course. And and the Titans weren't particularly great. So the Broncos, So this one's a tough one to call. That with the Colts, you're trying to think because they were so dominant. Daniel Jones had such a great game. Was that a first game adrenaline rush, or is this the start of something? I think either way, we're not going to know the answer out of a home game against Denver. However, if they do win that game, it will say okay. It will give a lot of people a lot more confidence. Where do you see this one going?
I haven't yet made up my mind, about who I thought. I was gonna swing in one direction, and now I'm thinking to myself, I'm gonna swing in the other direction. Right.
Okay.
So
There's certain things you say, Eddie. I don't even need an innuendo calculator or an innuendo clock. You swing it whichever way you want to swing it, Eddie.
Okay, so let's make the case. I think that the Denver Broncos have got one of the best defense right now, especially in that AFC. This is what I think was going to give them a chance to do good things this season. And Bo Nix, 1 year under his belt, started a bit shaky, and maybe that's the encouragement for Cam Ward to sort of say, Bo Nix didn't throw a touchdown in the first game. Same with Jayden Daniels, and look at what they became, right, towards the end of the season. So Cam Ward can climb out of that loss and do better things. But I think Bo Nix now, he's decent, right? And if I'm comparing the teams and I'm looking at the Colts versus the Broncos, I might say that the Colts might struggle to score the way that they scored against Dolphin, because the Dolphin just basically just opened up shop and said, come have at me.
Welcome in.
Yeah, welcome in. So I think the Broncos are going to be a little bit tighter. And as this game is at the Broncos, I'm gonna go with the Broncos win. I wanted to go with the Colts continuing their fairy tale, and ride into the sunset. And considering that I've predicted them to win the division, but I fancy the Denver Broncos defense, I would have to say.
Does it change your prediction, the fact that it's actually the Colts are at home, not the Broncos?
Oh, if the Colts are at home, then I'm gonna go with the Colts.
Oh, there we go.
I'm gonna go with the Colts. Because I thought to myself, I can't see the Colts going away to the Broncos and beating them at home with their defense. But I think, if we're playing at home, I'm going to go with the Colts.
Okay, well, I was really on the fence on this one. But I'll go with Denver for this one. I think that, I can't make my mind up how good Denver are going to be this year, if I'm honest. Obviously, Bo Nix had a fantastic rookie season last year. Is he in for the sophomore slump? Who knows? But they got, by hook or by crook, they got the W last week, right?
Yeah.
The Colts battered a very poor Dolphins team. The Broncos are going to be a much stiffer opposition, right? So I'm going to go with I'm going to go for the Broncos to win, but it wouldn't be surprised if the Colts did actually put a point in performance. I was really 50-50 on this one. So again, just to keep things interesting, I was going to tell myself that I'll go for whichever one you don't go for. I just wanted to make sure. I kind of wish I hadn't told you actually that it was the Colts at home. But anyway, I will let you know. But look, that is our week 2 predictions locked in. Let us know what you think. Again, are we talking absolute nonsense, or do you think you agree with us? Please add your comments below. And as usual, hit that like and subscribe button. It's great to have more people within the community that we're building here across the gridiron. But for now, Eddie, as we prepare for week 2, take us home.
Yes. So week 2 predictions. Now you're going to know, what your quarterback is made of, right? Is your quarterback prepared for the season? Do you have Super Bowl aspirations, or is your team already in planning mode? Are you already looking for draft picks, in week 2? So all is going to be revealed in week 2. And for me, I cannot wait. So guys, hit that subscribe button. Hit the like button as well, and that notification bell, just so you know you get all the good contents that we put across the gridiron.
Cool. See you next week, guys.
See you next week.
I'm the bad guy. I'm the